Assalamualaikum semua. Kali ini kita akan belajar mengenai novel Ways to Pull the Reader In. Simak video berikut ini.
Hello Mr. Suyuti, what are we going to discuss today?
Well, we are going to discuss novel Ways to Pull the Reader In.
What is it about anyway?
This is an effort that an author do to make his or her work memorable. Part of it is the story itself, but even more important is the way the story is told.
What should a writer do then?
One of the first things a fiction writer must do, after figuring out the plot and characters, is to figure out who will tell the story. There are a number of different narrative voices an author can use.
What are they?
Here's a summary of some commonly used narrative techniques in fiction. The first narrative technique is first-person narrator. The narrator is a character in the story and tells the story from his or her point of view. He or she is an observer of events with a subjective point of view. Writing in the first person limits the narrator's ability to be objective and therefore limits his or her reliability in the telling of the story.
What is the second narrative technique then?
The second narrative technique is first-person observer. Again, the story is told from the narrator's point of view, most likely by a character in the story, but as more of an observer than a participant in the action.
Interesting. How about the third narrative technique then?
Well, the third narrative technique is second person. Second person is most commonly found in letter format, and when a narrator switches gears to address the reader. Second person allows the narrator to address the reader by using you. Authors do not usually feel the need to write in the second person. It is actually a difficult voice to use and is not always executed effectively.
Awesome. What are other narrative techniques that we can use?
Well, the fourth technique is called third person. The third person narrator is not necessarily a character in the piece of writing. Writing in the third person allows the author to have an objective party telling the story.
Well, it's quite interesting. What is the next narrative technique, sir?
The fifth narrative technique is third-person reporter. Writing with his voice allows the narrator to be close to one character, telling the story through that person's eyes. The third-person reporter has a limited point of view, but allows the reader to identify with one character throughout the story. Do I make myself clear, Jessica?
Sure you do. Anyway, what is the last narrative technique, sir?
Well, the last narrative technique is called third-person omniscient. This might be the favorite voice of any fiction writer. It allows the narrator to be anywhere at any time. The author can use the omniscient narrator to tell you what anyone is thinking. It gives the author godlike powers to tell the story from any character's point of view.
Awesome. I guess the last narrative technique will also be my favorite. I will use it for my next writing.
Well, it's a good choice, Jessica. Good luck with your writing.
Thank you very much, sir.
You are welcome, Jessica. Well, I'll see you the next meeting then. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baiklah, sekarang kita beralih ke tugas pertama. Yang pertama, apa sih perbedaan antara the first person narrator dengan the first person observer? Yang kedua, apa sih perbedaan antara the third person reporter and the third person omniscient? Silahkan dijawab. Selamat berjuang, yang semangat ya. Baiklah, untuk tugas yang kedua, silahkan kalian kerjakan di link Google formulir yang terdapat di deskripsi video ini. Semangat ya. Demikianlah pertemuan kita pada kali ini. Mohon maaf atas segala kekurangan. Tetap sehat, tetap jaga kesehatan, tetap semangat belajarnya. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.